everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine Janice. If you are new, welcome. It's nice to see you. Hope you enjoy my videos. If you're not, welcome back. I know I haven't been filming that much, but I'm really trying to get it done. Just been busy, but like always, let's just get into it. Don't forget to like my videos and share. And while you're here, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I mean, might as well. You already came all the way here to see me. Might as well just keep on seeing me every time. So make sure you hit that notification button so you know when I do finally upload. But if you want to see how I did this look real quick, real fast, something, a little different, my favorite shirt I have on, stay tuned. Peace. So first, I took my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer for this look because I was going to be using brighter colors and I really wanted to show up. And I'm just going to tap that in and blend that. Obviously, I did my brows off camera. Again, they're a little darker because I didn't use a pencil. I used my NYX eyebrow gel. And after that, I'm going to take my Juvia's palette and I'm going to use that nice orange that's in there. I cannot remember the names of each of these, but it's the dark orange right there in that corner that you see me tapping into. I'm going to use that as my transition color. And then after, I believe I'm going to go with a nice purple pink color. I believe it's like fuchsia, and I'm going to use that to give it a little more depth in it. But I really like that orange on there for a transition because of my shirt that I was pretty much going off of. I'm not going to use all the colors, but I wanted to use brighter colors for my eye look. Not too bright to take away from my shirt, but enough to make it look like really nice. I almost took that green in there, but y'all know I do not like green at all. I'm gonna actually try to do an all green look just to see how it turned out, just because I don't like the color, to see if I can really work with it. But there's that fuchsia color I was talking about. And plus the green that I was gonna take had glitter in it, so I feel like it was more of an eyelid color instead of another transitioning color. And I just go back with that orange because I feel like it got kind of lost in there, and add a little more, and then go in with that fuchsia. I think I was watching a movie at the same time when I filmed this, so you're gonna see me randomly look off to the side. But I thought it turned out really well for my transition because I didn't want to take away from my eyelid color. I believe I'm gonna take that blue that's in the same palette. I will actually put more concealer on and kind of cut my crease and then put the blue, I believe. I'm going to take my concealer again and actually cut my crease. Like I said, I was really watching that movie. I can't remember what movie I was watching. Oh, I actually didn't. Okay, I just sprayed my brush and took the blue right off. I think because I already did it, it should have been fine. Because I thought about doing a cut crease and I actually ended up just doing a halo look. And you can see the blue shows up really, really well. And I wasn't running my brush into it or anything for that pigment. It was really pigmented by itself. I just wanted to clean it up and blend it out a little bit. So it just wasn't so, I just packed it on there and just left it. So I blended it out a little bit, and I'm going to I almost took either that gold or that copper, and I ended up using the copper above. I swatched it on my hand right before I used it, and I used the copper, and it was fine, but it was a little dark, and I think I went over it with that lighter white shade that's in there just to brighten it up a little more, because it was pretty much copper. It looked like, a penny. So I didn't hate it, but I wanted a little bit brighter. Yep, and then I went with that brighter color, that white in there, and went over top just to make it stand out a little more instead of look like it just faded in. So I just took some more of that blue. I went back with the fuchsia and blended it out. And I used that same white color for my brow highlight. And I just blended that down with more of that orange. But it was relatively easy. I'm gonna use the same white in my inner eye, and I was just touching up everything at this point. And I actually did go underneath, and I took that green underneath, and it actually showed up pretty well. I believe I did it once more when I finished after I do my foundation and concealer. But there's that white, and you can really see how bright it is when I put it in my inner corner. And then I'm going to take my Too Faced, I believe it's called Peachy Peach, and it's a cooling matte primer, and I don't use it too often. It smells really, really good. I don't use it too often. I think because I've just been using my Hangover primer, but it was really nice. And I actually took a brush for my eyeliner and put that on. It was a lot easier than using the pen like I would usually do. So I would think a nice thin brush for me, or just using a separate brush to put on my eyeliner, works a lot better. I thought my hands would be too shaky, but it actually was like much easier than using the whole thing. I was really surprised. I had watched a few videos on girls using the brushes instead of, or a nice thin brush instead of using the whole thing, and it was really nice. So I thought I would try it. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna ruin this and have to redo it. But it actually was really easy. So if you have a hard time doing your eyeliner like me, I would say that you should try it and practice it a little bit. But for me, it was just a lot easier. I have no idea why. Because usually when I try to use the whole eyeliner brush, I'm so shaky. So I thought, no, this is gonna work. And it got a lot closer than I could ever get with regular eyeliner brush. So for my foundation, of course, I'm taking my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Spice Rum, because that is literally the best shade for me. I have the shade up. I believe I have either a shade up or a shade darker. I cannot remember. I want to say it's I want to say mocha, but I know that's my concealer shade, which I'm putting on right now. That's the shade mocha. I can't remember what shade I have for my foundation that's a little darker, that I would use in the summertime, that matches a little better when I'm a little darker in the summer. But I have to find out. I know I have two, because the first time I went, and when you swatch a foundation, which I later learned, if you put it on, walk outside. Like, don't put it on in Sephora and think that's your shade, because those lights in there are not doing it justice. I walked out and I tried to film with it, and it was so dark on me, and I was just like, oh my god. But when I swatched it in the store, it faded away. It was gone. But you can't really see the underneath tones of it, and sometimes I think I'm red underneath, and other times I think I'm more golden. So when I used this one and I swatched it later, this was perfect, the Spice Rum. But make sure you're always checking when you do it. Please, please, please walk outside and make sure you know what you actually look like. Even with a picture, it won't actually show what it really is going to look like on you. So after I blended everything down, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Mahogany. I really need a new one. I mean, it's so like sweet. I squeeze it for dear life every time I use it. And I'm just going to blend that out to my contour, and it leaves me, I always look and it looks like it's leaving me so gray. But then once I do my powder and everything, it's perfectly on there. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but it turns out really good. Every time I use it, I remember the first time I ever used it, I freaked out. I put way too much, and I didn't put it in the right spots. I didn't have the right shade of concealer, and I'm telling you, I've come a long way already from what I used to do with my makeup to what I do now. And obviously I'm still learning and stuff like that, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it. I didn't used to contour my nose. I would only do my cheeks. I never did my forehead or anything like that. just practice and YouTube, practicing YouTube, and I'm still learning stuff, little tricks like the eyeliner and everything like that every day. So after I took my Too Faced For This Way setting powder in translucent medium, I also took my Maybelline Fit Me, I believe the number is 362 in the shade Truffle, and I kind of like take that over my setting powder that I use on my concealer, and I take it over my contour. And I actually took one more powder, which I usually don't do so many all at once. I took my Black Radiance Soft Focus in the shade Chocolate. That has been my holy grail forever since I started doing my makeup, period. And then I just spray my face, and then I'm going to take this old Revlon. This used to be my mom's. I swatched it to show you like how much it disappeared when you just try to put it on regular skin. But once I have makeup on, it shows up really well. I never use blush. I know it's weird to think, oh my god, why is she putting on blush? Because I used to think that like black girls would never wear blush. I was like, why would I put that on? And I've actually done my makeup without it before, and it looks so weird. It looks so weird. Then I take my Morphe highlighting palette that I've had for a really long time, and I use like actually one of the brightest ones in there. And you can see I put so much on by accident. Once I did it on my forehead, I was like, oh my god. So I just finished that side, and I'm actually going to just take my brush that I had my Black Radiance Soft Focus on, and I just kind of blended it out a little more. Not too much, because I wanted it to still show up, but enough that it didn't look like I just slapped it on my face. And I'm actually going to take this. I'm trying to remember if this is my... I actually think I got this lipstick from Dollar General. Honestly, it's a matte lipstick I never use it, but it actually was really good for this look because I had that red on my shirt, and I don't wear red lip often, but I thought it actually worked with this look. But this is it all completed. My hair was really hurting at that point, so I really had to take it out, and it actually worked out because I didn't stop it. I just kept going, so it actually turned out really well. That blue shows up really nice. And I thought all of it worked together. Nothing was overpowering anything else. My lips stood out, my eyeshadow stood out, and I really enjoyed it. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I actually really liked it. And you can't see much of the green, but the green is on my waterline, and it really looks really great. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. It was actually a really quick look for me. I don't use color that often, but I hope you guys liked it. Like, subscribe. I'm really trying to post more and do things you guys would like to see. So, just come back, and I hope you guys like what I did, and leave some comments and tell me what you think.